Right, I want to give this a watch. Quit saying unalive. I hate the word unalive. Just say game end. Game end is so much better.
If you've consumed content on the internet in the past 4 years, you've likely heard the word unalive. In recent times, this phrase has garnered huge amounts of popularity and widespread use from influencers, YouTubers, TikTokers, and everyone in between.
It's because how new to TikTok is. Like, it's crazy. I did this test where, like, I swore in one video and I didn't in the other, like posting them twice. And our videos that like have any kind of language or anything get suppressed. You know, like, do you remember how bad YouTube was when like the demonetization first came in and you couldn't even say gun? Like if you said gun, you had a chance of running limited ads. So people would censor the word gun. It was just so neutered. But TikTok is like that now. Because like the way YouTube works is it is very, very neutered. But as long as you like get past like the 1 to 3 minute mark, you can say basically whatever you want within reason. But you can't do that on TikTok ever because every video is like usually 1 minute. There's like a new meta right now where everyone on TikTok is making a video exactly a minute long, like really drawn out content. But I've never felt a minute be so long in my life because they get paid more.
However, this phrase has always sat wrong with me personally, and upon further inspection, is actually much more harmful to internet culture, popular culture, and the general English
Is that the Last of Us intro?
than we ever thought. So come with me as I share with you why you should stop saying unalive.
Is he going to play games or is this React Andy? There could be a game. There could be one game. I'll be honest, I don't know how long this stream is because I haven't streamed in a week. And I feel like if I don't stream, my stamina just goes to like 0. There's an image of you and Shadman going around on Twitter. Yeah, I talked about it at the beginning of the stream. It's a cosplayer that met me at Insomnia. He was at like the meet and greet queue with everyone else. It's not Shadman.
To understand why unalive is even a thing in the first place, we need to look through the conditions who birthed it. YouTube from its inception to the late 2010s was a pretty different place than it is in the 2020s. They were incredibly strict about some things while being super lax on others. Something that was very contentious was the use of inappropriate language. General
5 Fortnite YouTubers who've sworn.
Alive.
Bruh.
I wish that was a bit. I wish unalive was actually like 5 Fortnite YouTubers who've sworn. I wish that was a parody video, but it wasn't. That was an actual genuine video.
Swear words and things of the sort were not particularly favored by YouTube in the mid-2010s, leading to limited advertisements for many of the YouTubers who swore, whether they were to be child-friendly or not. YouTube was in an awkward phase where they were trying to appeal.
I know for a fact that back then as well, every viewer would just roll their eyes when someone complained about demonetization. But it was just, it hit everyone. It was insane. I remember when people blamed PewDiePie for it as well. Like, they unironically said it's his fault. I might have even said that in earlier videos. I remember when PewDiePie went on the, I think it's the Trash Taste podcast with Sea-Dog. And I think he basically compromised and he was like, he was the catalyst, but it was going to happen anyway. I think he just kind of sped up the process.
To advertisers as much as they possibly could after having multiple.
Pyro used to say game end. So game end was a bit because there was like a Fortnite machinima that was made for kids and they wouldn't say die to get the maximum amount of like ad rev. They'd say game end. And I stole that and started using it semi-sarcastically, but it helps because you can't say, you know, you kuss, you can't say that, KYS, right? So game end, like if I start doing TikToks and I start talking about like news and stuff, I will 100% say game end.
Controversies where thousands of companies pulled their ads and therefore their funding from YouTube. Such events as the 2 adpocalypses are great examples of this. YouTube was on damage control, trying to essentially force many of its top creators to be family friendly. This play was viewed as hypocritical by the general.
Remember that whole bit on YouTube as well where they had like paid actors? No, bad actors. And it was like people that would do like Joker from Fortnite farts on cake, just like all this weird stuff. Remember the ones with the huge syringes as well, like in the thumbnails? I remember like H3 did a video on that, like that must be like 7 years ago or something.
It seemed like they were trying to make YouTube a platform for children, despite there being.
It's almost August, but no main channel video mentioned. I do have a deadline now for the main channel video for Darkwood. Okay. I have a deadline for Darkwood. Clip this. 100% confirmed.
Pyro, are you excited about the upcoming movie Skibidi Toilet the movie?
I'm very excited about Skibidi Toilet, but listen. 25th of August. A month today. 1 month, okay? I know it's a while. I know it's a bit of a wait. We have the animation team working overtime. They're absolutely killing it. We had to regather a lot of footage because it was 30 FPS, not 60 FPS. And I have brain rot. But we've 1 month and I promise it's out. I promise. And I'm saying that because I know the subreddit is going to tear me to shreds if I'm caught lying. The 25th is when the animation team is officially done on the deadline that they have. And I've told like that, and that will also be hopefully when the video is edited as well. August 27th. Should I release it? You know what? Should I give it 2 days and release on August 27th? Just in memory? Okay, that could be kind of funny.
Being insanely exploitative and inappropriate content such as the first wave of Elsagate, alongside the webcam footage controversy already being on the platform with them not really doing anything.
Oh my god, I remember. Yeah. That child exploitation, that was crazy. There's like a whole ring and stuff
About it. YouTubers didn't
I literally did a video on that like nearly 10 years ago.
really have any choice but to conform to YouTube's new stricter policy on monetization and swearing, leading many of the videos
Pyro,
to
we
censor
made it,
beeps or
despite your
alternative words
schedule.
as a means to avoid demonetization.
Ah, chat,
This is one of
welcome.
the first
I hope
examples
you're prepared for an unforgettable sloping.
Yeah.
Oh, skibidi Riz, my CPU is ruined. But what if I steal other people's content and call it my own?
You're talking about Critical, right? You are talking about Critical there.
Swear
you.
on Skibidi.
Thank you, Bruh, for the 4 months. Thank you, Katana, for the 2 months. Thank you, Mobster, for the 17 months. Yeah, sorry, guys. I do see you. I'm just trying to obviously, like, thank you guys when you come up.
of people changing their vocabulary to conform to a company's policies, but was absolutely nothing compared to the mess that we have on our hands now. On July 27th,
Dude, PewDiePie is such a conventionally attractive guy, though. Damn.
nothing
Like, the jawline and stuff he has is insane. Look at that. That's like Bradley Cooper. Damn.
to conform to a company's policy.
I think he was my age then. He might have been a bit older. I think he was my age then. I'm not sure.
But was absolutely nothing compared to the mess that we have on our hands
Thank you, Kia, for the 10 months.
now. On July 27th, 2018,
Sweeaboo?
YouTuber Pyrocynical uploaded a video
Wait, is he mentioning my response? Okay, he's not. He's not. I thought this would be like a sneak attack. Okay.
by the name of Fortnite Short Film Cringe.
This is it. This is the one. Oh my god. This is the one. This is the one. Okay, wait, I'll wait for this donor.
Breaking news. Breaking news. My new video is going to be called The Pyro Darkwood Video Release Drama is Insane.
Okay, I'm debating when Darkwood comes out. Do you reckon I title it The Darkwood Situation is Insane? I might do it. I was going to title it Darkwood in like all capitals, but I might do that.
In
Right,
this
hype,
video, we
hype, hype,
cover
hype.
some YouTube videos that were made using Fortnite Battle Royale's replay
Comedy
mode,
short
where the characters would just be
August 25th our reference.
dubbed over by hammy voice actors. These were essentially just a Fortnite version of those old Machinima videos, but, you know, bad. In this video,
Nah, it was definitely made for kids. This Machinima content, like you cannot compare Red versus Blue to this. This was the way they spoke and stuff. It was so obviously made for like 5-year-olds on an iPad.
Pyro points out that some of the videos use the phrase game end rather than kill or eliminate. In one of the videos Pyro covers, one of these little Fortnite characters refers to assassinating a character as game ending them.
You'd be the goat if you drop it on the 27th. A little gift for my B-day from the top goal, so YouTube donos aren't working for me.
Thank you, Vinny, for the 10. I mean, I prefer when people do it through the donos because I get all the money. If you do it through Super Chat, they take like 40%. It's crazy.
The game ended.
There it is. Classic.
Oh my god.
This type of goofy
Oh my god, fetus mode. Was that only 5 years ago? I was 20... Hang on, 5 years ago. I was 22. I was 22. Damn.
censorship was unheard of at the time, which led Pyro to find it funny and continue to use it in many more of his videos.
Actual baby
Neil
mode.
darling, talking around rings again I see, but not the right one. Just when am I going to get grandchildren? I do wish you'd stop with your over-appreciation of furries and appreciate your girlfriend a little more. I'm not getting any younger. X.
Mom, I promise I'll seal the deal at some point, alright? I promise.
Link.
I promise. Thank you, Annan, for the link. I don't click on links though, bro. Sorry. Thank you for the 10 though. Ooh, that was... I feel like I don't look that much different. That was 5 years ago. Actual baby face.
Even
I'm so happy I've never grown facial hair. I'm so happy I've never grown fat. Oh, wait, can I show you guys something? I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is real. Hang on. Hang on. We're doing a little side quest. Hi, can you decide how your middle part looks for once? You have either a good clean middle part or something that makes you look like a cheap Ken doll. Yeah, I've got like a bit of a cowlick going on. One thing I noticed is like it looks bad when I initially style it, and then it'll look better tomorrow, like when the oil sets in. But yeah, it's so unbalanced. Guys, look, we have an update on Leafy. We have an update on Leafy. I don't know how true this is. It might be a bit. Look at this. Look at this for an update.
Welcome back to Slop Live. Today's Slopic is about Leafy. If you weren't aware, a month ago we reported on Leafy's apparent death, but it turns out he's alive and has been sighted in an airport. I'm not too sure where he's going, hopefully to Turkey for a hair transplant, but glad to announce that he is still alive. Now one of the 20...
I mean, to be fair, it looks like he's in an airport. So when I travel at airports, I look absolutely disheveled. But I will be honest with you, Leafy is one of the main reasons I will never grow facial hair in my life. I will never grow it. I will never grow it. I don't even know if I can grow it. I shave every second day with a safety razor, and I will never stop doing that. I love touching my face and how clean it feels, like smooth. But also, I don't want to grow. My biggest fear is I grow facial hair and I look better. I'd go like Chad mode, because then I would never want to shave it. I'd never want to shave it. It's like that wall comes for you, man. I swear to God, that wall, like I'm 27. That wall is coming for me pretty damn soon. Pretty damn soon.
Hello, Pyro, which sparkling water is better, Topo Chico, San Pellegrino, or LaCroix? Also, do you watch Kill Tony? The presidential episode is hilarious for 2 hours straight.
I've heard Topo Chico has like mad carbonation, but I've never tried it. San Pellegrino, I drink it every day. LaCroix is ass. Don't drink
Hey,
LaCroix.
Pyro, have you seen the Google doc about Rumpel? Bro, a groomer.
Rumpel? Who's Rumpel? Oh, you don't mean the Cry of Fear dev, do you? Please don't say that. Please don't say that. You don't mean the Cry of Fear dev. Please don't. Please, 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 please. Oh, nah, Leon, you're joking. You're joking. Dude, Dude, the Ava stuff came out. I didn't care. I did not speak to her apart from one time. But the fact that I did the Cry... Nah, is it evidence in that, though? Because... You know, like what I've been through, like you gotta wait for both sides in that. Is it bat fuck's sake? Oh. All right, I'm not going over it on stream. I'm not not doing drama, Andy. I'll look at it after stream, because I legit think like I would cry, bro. That sucks. I literally made Cry of Fear like when I was at one of the lowest points in my life. And that was like such a, you know, like I put so much trauma like into that video. That's got to be a bit, right? That has to be a bit. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I'll look at it after. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at that on stream. That sucks, man. Shit. Yeah, I saw someone say Rumpel and I was like, who are you talking about? But then I thought of like, wait, isn't that the guy that made Cry of Fear? I mean, it was him and like 3-4 other people. Damn. I love my Cry of Fear video as well. Yeah, Leon, yours is really good. Yours is really good. There's actually so many allegations coming out recently. It's fucking insane. Okay. Lock in. Yeah, no, true. I actually have to lock in. I literally can't dwell on that because I'm going to fucking spiral.
This first Fortnite video he made is now sitting at 3.7 million views, so needless to say, the phrase was seen by many different people. Now from there, users of YouTube and YouTubers themselves would say game end as
Dude, that's the fan art wall there on the right side as well. I have a fan art. I need to get a fan art wall again, because there was a YouTuber that I used to watch loads. You know that British guy, I Hate Everything? He made a...
Delightfully mega brain of you, Pyro.
Let's get sloppy, ha. Let's get sloppy in here. Let's get sloppy, ha. Let's get sloppy in here.
Wait, is that going to get me
Let's sloppy,
DMCA'd?
Ha.
Is that going to get me
sloppy in
DMCA'd?
here. Let's get sloppy, ha. Let's get sloppy in here, yeah? Oink oink.
Absolute cinema. Why are all the donors coming in now? They're not even...
Pyro. Sky Talk. Chat.
Hang on, I'm not seeing donors come through.
Chat, I hope you're prepared for some great slop.
I thought we were having Darkwood.
Oh no, I said slop, that's what I call content.
You call slap content.
Yes, it's great brain rot.
Where is this coming from? I'm not seeing this come up on the dono list. Have I got to reset it? What is happening? Anyway, before I got distracted, I was going to say...
Oh no, not Ohio, it's a British...
Where is this coming from, this dono? Hang on, I got to reset the session. I get the donos come up on a list before they appear, and like this one just keeps coming through over and over. I don't see it at all.
A live stream.
Yeah. A live stream at this time of day, at this
What is
time of year,
this?
at this part of the internet.
What is
localized
this?
entirely within your YouTube channel.
Yes.
May we see it?
No.
Now, your Christmas dinner gave me speed aids.
No, mother, that's just chat
What
trying
is
to
that?
rizz
Why
you
is
up.
this dono so long?
Well, Pyro, you might be afraid of fish, but I must say, you slop great content.
What? You know how donos have a limit? This one just keeps going.
Neil darling, don't worry. You
Okay,
may have
stopped.
been at a low point once, but you're on a high now and surrounded by those who love you, even if they talk about your hair and chins. You could also be surrounded by your children if you put the work in, love, mum.
Thank you, Pyro's mom, for the 10. I don't know what that dono was. I think the TTS became like self-aware for a second. Because I have a list of all the donos that show up. That one didn't show up. And it went on for like 5 minutes. And I kept skipping it, and it didn't restart. It just kept talking like the skip wasn't doing anything. Anyway, before that schizo meltdown, that fan art there on the right side, I want to bring that back actually and have it as a backdrop. Because I know there was another YouTuber, I Hate Everything. And he had like a bunch of fan art and stuff in the background of his videos. And I think it helps a lot as well. Because you see like subscribers and numbers and stuff, and you just kind of think, I don't really care. But then like when you get like fan art and stuff, like tangible, something that someone's made for you, right? Like that's why I love doing Insomnia and stuff, and I'm hopefully going to do PAX again this year. I mean, I was going to go into... Okay, this is a little bit of a shill. I have a Discord server you guys can join. There's a fan art channel. Well, no, you can post art, but like tag it as fan art. And I was planning on like printing all that art out and just sticking it on like a huge section of my wall at some point.
as a tongue-in-cheek reference to how goofy some people's self-censorship can be, as you've always been able to say kill or die on YouTube. This game end euphemism
You can still say kill or die, just don't say it immediately. Like, give it a couple minutes.
bled into the real world, being
Open your PO box. My PO box is open. It is open. If you go in the description, you can see it. The Stafford one.
used by many unfunny Gen Z band kids back in the late 2010s, becoming a part of ironic meme culture that plagued
I was flag in the background. Nah, because that's like one of the first times I went to Australia. I brought a little flag back.
those who were in their early teens at the time. Trust me, I'm speaking from personal experience.
Please bring back the fan art wall. I'd like to. I don't know whether I'll be able to get it in shot, but I would love to do that. I think to show what you guys have done would be very appreciative. And I think as well, it's just good for like mental health. You want to see the progress of my commission? No, I want you to get shot. No, actually, I want you to do the collab that we were going to do. Right? I hire someone to take over the channel, and then you get shot in a video game.
Anyway, from there the term died off, but interestingly enough is still seeing some infrequent use. However, this is what the internet users of today, who likely don't know the original context. We'll get to that soon.
Was that
What must
J-Schlatt?
also be addressed is the origin of the phrase unalive. Unalive comes from a pretty unlikely place, being a Spider-Man cartoon from 2013 where Deadpool teams up with Spider-Man for the episode. If you know anything about Deadpool, you'll know his entire brand
I thought this came from like TikTok, like new gens.
is being edgy and raunchy and quippy. Obviously, this isn't fit for a child audience, so the writers of this cartoon took the creative approach, but they made the whole thing kind of meta, and played into the restrictions. All this leads to Deadpool delivering this string of dialogue.
We go into that compound, find Agent MacGuffin, snag the list, then unalive Taskmaster and his acolytes, capiche? Wait, unalive them? Yeah. Here's the thing. I can't really say the K word out loud. It's a weird mental tick. K word? You mean you want to kill them? Oh, yeah. And yes, we're gonna unalive them. Can't unalive them. Can't unalive anyone. Deadpool!
This is where the euphemism comes
Okay, that writing is actually... Why is that writing actually pretty funny? And that actually fit his character as well. I've never watched this show. That was The Amazing Spider-Man, wasn't it? He had like a brief cameo in one of the animated Spider-Man films.
but it only saw some mild use in meme
I remember, like, you know, Batman the Animated Series, the really good one. Hang on. It's absolute Scorsese cinema. It is Scorsese cinema. But this show is absolutely incredible. It came out on Netflix. There's some episodes removed. I definitely recommend watching it. It's insane. But this has... They couldn't kill anyone in the actual show. That was the only rule because it's a kid's show. Obviously no swearing and stuff. So what they did is the Joker would use Joker gas that would like... yeah, it would give them like a really messed up smile and stuff. Which, like they'd be pale, they'd have like yellow eyes, they look really messed up. And that was genius because like they were alive, but a kid seeing that would probably be more scary than just seeing someone that was like just dead on the ground. That's like the writing in that show is so good. I remember like I just woke up one day, I just like binged like 20 episodes of that show. It's really good. I remember growing up on The Batman as well, like the more kind of, I guess, stylistic looking one. That one was all right. I was like 10.
meme culture alongside a subreddit cataloging similar goofy phrases coming from the online game Roblox. Since that game is marketed towards kids, there's some pretty heavy censorship by means of replacing the offending word with pound signs.
I think Roblox users, despite the majority of them being children, they need like a Guinness World Record for perseverance because I have never seen more people try to persistently break a censor filter in a game by trying to swear. It's actually insane.
I wanted to eat honey glazed ham, but I compromised. I ate a protein slice. I wanted to fuck a woman, but I compromised.
Are you doing a Sopranos
I
bit?
jacked off into tissue.
I jacked off into
I
a
wanted
tissue.
to watch Darkwood video, but I compromised. I watched Pyro live slop.
Yeah, unlucky. He tried to use the TikTok. It's TikTok colon, you moron. I ate a grilled cheese off the radiator. I compromised. I jacked off in a tissue. I compromised. I need to watch The Sopranos again.
This leads people to get creative in how they say offending things, such as the iconic "Go Commit Die," which is the namesake of this subreddit. This post of a silly Roblox character saying "Initiate Unalive" garnered some pretty decent popularity and spread to other subreddits and spread out into the wider web as well. A couple of memes started to use the phrase, but they were usually those "I'm so depressed, look at me" 2019 Reddit memes that we all know and, you know, are aware of. However, during this time, a new social media struck the world by storm. What was first
No, copyright music, copyright music, copyright music.
Became
Copyright music, copyright music!
With gamers and
What are you doing?
furries having an all-out war while e-girls lip-synced a Mia Khalifa diss track. Early TikTok
Oh my god, you remember that? That's like old head. What was the lyrics again? Bet you're gonna miss her. Maybe I'll be Tracer. I'm already Tracer.
was a lot of fun for those who used it, with many regarding it being a sort of reincarnation of Vine. Soon, however, TikTok's popularity
I mean, TikTok is Vine, but they've understood how to monetize it.
started to become annoying to those who weren't users of the platform. The dances, phrases, and sense of humor started bleeding into the mainstream. This, alongside the information about TikTok's security and privacy risks, started to emerge, leading those who weren't users of the platform to make sure that they never installed it. For those who don't know, TikTok is owned by ByteDance.
My birthday meme. Wait, is it your birthday, Julia? Happy birthday, if it is. Why did you make my dono about fat furries into an Instagram reel, I felt embarrassment seeing that on my FYP. Thank you, for the 5. You should do it again, it'd be funny.
It's a Chinese megacorporation specializing in technology. And listen, before I explain anything further...
I miss the old TikTok. Well, the old TikTok was Vine. But the new TikTok, because of the creator program, everyone is just
Hi,
like...
Pyro, have you ever listened to JPEG Mafia?
Yeah.
I feel like you'd really like him judging off what I know about your music taste. Thank you for making great videos. You shaped my childhood.
Thank you, JPEG, for the 10. Yeah, I listened to Peggy a little bit. Not too much, I'll be honest. I don't really listen to him that much. I just remember the video of him going off on Death Grips, which is kind of funny, with Anthony Fantano. Yeah, no, old TikTok was better because it didn't have, like, the wave of content Andes. Because, like the way that whatever shifts a platform is where money is. And the creator fund, paying everyone for making videos over a minute long. Like, I'm going to start making videos over a minute long on TikTok because it pays. But it's just seeing it everywhere now. Even Vine was terrible. Yeah, no, Vine was actually awful. People will just look at it with rose-tinted glasses in, like, kind of a nostalgic way.
I want to be so crystal clear that everything I say about the Chinese government is strictly about the government and their policy, and does not reflect my opinion on citizens of China or Chinese people in general. This is all about...
Bro is trying to make so sure he doesn't get disappeared if he went to China.
The Chinese Communist Party and nothing else. A large fear within TikTok's detractor base is that all the data that TikTok collects, which is a lot, gets shared directly with the Chinese Communist Party.
It is insane how much data TikTok collects, though, because I notice I'll Google something, and then it will actually come up as an ad. Like, I was looking up deodorant or something, and then it actually came up as an ad. Also, okay. Most of you here, okay, one in chat if you're from the UK, 2 if you're from anywhere else. Okay? I want to see where we're at with this. I want to see. Okay, 1s. Okay, we got a lot. Okay, we got some 1s. We got some 2s. We actually got a fair amount of 2s. I mean, America's my biggest audience. Then it's the UK.
Let's get sloppy. Ha, let's get sloppy in here. Let's get sloppy. Ha. Let's get sloppy in here. Let's get sloppy. Ha. Let's get sloppy in here. Let's get sloppy. Ha. Let's get sloppy in here. You're a kid.
But yeah, they have TikTok Shop, right? And I swear every second scroll that you do will just always be like, it will just always be someone selling something, and it's so annoying. It's like, you want this pack of Fanta? You want this pack of Coke? Do you want to buy this air fryer? Like, you have these people that are just declared like the king of TikTok Shop. Are you gonna do a video about Chris Tyson? You mean Ava? No, I said earlier. I said that I recorded a video yesterday. It was like 90% done, but I chose to not put it out because I was just repeating everything Critical said without adding like a single grain of like extra substance. So it was just a completely pointless video. And his video is sitting on like, what was it, like 10 mil views now, 5 mil views? So it's just, everyone's seen that video, so I wouldn't have added anything. It would have literally just been leeching.
This has led the United States government to ban use of the app in certain areas, as it fears that it's a security threat. Now, you may be wondering what this information has to do with goofy euphemisms for kill, and we'll get there, trust me. It's no secret that the TikTok of the United States and the TikTok of China are two very, very different things. The algorithm in both respective regions is nearly unidentifiable from each other. With the
I installed Douyang, like the Chinese TikTok, and all it does is just show like videos of like people riding. You know when you like open TikTok on incognito on like a brand new PC, and it will just show you the most like wholesome chungus videos, like a cat swimming or something? It will just literally, that's all it'll be. Just wholesome videos.
Chinese algorithm promoting a lot of propaganda, showing people working hard and achieving great things through means of teamwork and belief in the state, while the American one is quick to show its users whatever's going to keep them engaged for the longest, like sexually suggestive content and outrage bait. This leads to more conspiracy-minded people thinking that this discrepancy in content is an intentional attack on the morale of the United States, trying to plunge its youth into degeneracy and hedonism. This theory is more than a little bogus, and definitely fear-mongering, and I personally don't really buy it. Regardless, my point in bringing that up is that the Chinese version of TikTok employs heavy censorship and promotes pretty much only what the party wants its citizens to see. PC. To some, it seems like this censorship is completely absent from the American TikTok. However, this is untrue.
100 social credit.
Many words are grounds for shadow bans on TikTok. For those unaware, shadow bans are a form of censorship on the internet that essentially boils down to blocking a user's posts and content from people, but not actually making the original poster aware of it. Many words on TikTok will get you shadow banned. Most swear words and words that could even be slightly suggestive, like thick and bean.
Wait, you can't say thick on TikTok? Okay.
Repeating everything Critical said without adding anything of substance. Blood. That is all your content.
No. Because I... Alright, yeah, you win.
And especially words that relate to death.
Why can't you say thick, though? I like how thick and slurs are on the same level of no-no words. Swear words is the same level as saying thick.
Or the harm of others. However, TikTok users figured out a way around this policing of language around 2021, when according to Know Your Meme, some of the first popular videos using the word unalive were uploaded to TikTok by TikTok user CatXHD using a Family Guy audio.
When is PyroCon going to take place, or are you going to do another meet and greet? I will do a meet and greet at somewhere, someplace, I think. I'm not sure where.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we will be talking about Pyrocynical, the man who sold the chins.
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 You really got your $10 worth there, bro.
Hey.
I'm trying to lose weight, bro.
Peter. Hey, what's going on? Is something wrong? No. Everything's cool right now.
I know for a fact because of this person. No hate to this person at all, by the way. But guaranteed the top comment on this will be post this on Instagram Reels. Because Instagram Reels is like an actual... It's like the gallows where people go to get their heads cut off. If you think TikTok and YouTube comments are brutal, it is going to be worse. It is going to be worse on Instagram.
Might be some problems later, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Videos like these shot this term into the stratosphere, leading to more and more TikTok users to use...
Thinking about the time I was 7 and found pictures of my unalive grandma in my mum's camera roll, so I went to show her and said, ew, what is that? And she started crying.
The term when describing morbid scenarios.
Unlucky.
Initially, it seemed to be used more in scenarios where people discussed the taking of their own life, but quickly became just another word for kill or die. This was self-contained on TikTok for...
Hey, Peter. Hey, what's going on? Is something wrong? No.
Why did it go back?
All this happened around late... All enough this term spread to YouTube, and once it got here, it did not stop. All this happened around late 2021, and
I do hate the word unalive. I think it's such a neutered word. It reminds me of anything like 1984. Literally just complete like censored speak. Why is everyone saying stand up?
I will say low, Charlie never said she when referring to Ava once in the video. Seems to just appeal to the PPA who've been using the situation to be fully transphobic tbh.
Did he not? Did he just say Ava the entire time? I mean, to be fair, he did put Ava's name in the title. You know. He did put Ava's name in the title. So. Yeah. I mean, I at the end of my video, I did this whole rant about how, like, you know, it's fucked that everyone is, like, using Ava as an example that all trans people are like that. That's what I said in my video. But, yeah.
Throughout 2022. As someone who has been making videos regarding often dark subject matter, I've used the word dead in many of my videos. So I know from experience that using that word in your video won't get it taken down or demonetized. So to me, the spread of unalive...
YouTube is so much more safer though. Like, you get demonetized so quickly, but it's so much more safer than TikTok. Like, I remember my Cry of Fear video got age restricted because I had, like, some guy got his head cut off by a chainsaw guy in there. And then, like, as soon as I talked to YouTube, I was like, why'd you age restrict it? And they literally pointed that out, and they were like, if you, like, blur it, that's fine. And I was like, okay. Just got full ads.
I've felt like a complete social contagion. For those who don't know, the National Institute of Health describes social contagion as, quote, social contagion is defined as the spread of behaviors, attitudes, and effect through crowds and other types of social aggregates.
I also use the word dead, seems fine to me. No, that's not the point though. The point is, like, if you say it on TikTok, you get no money. You get no money. And the same on YouTube. I mean, to be fair, if you say it on YouTube in the beginning, I don't think it's that bad. I know, like, it depends on where you're at, because I know, like, people like Mr. Beast, like, super good boys, like, they can't swear or do anything because they lose out on, like, a god-tier CPM program. Like, they have, do you remember that video where Mr. Beast, like, tried to stop a gun with a magnet? That's been taken down, I'm pretty sure, right? Hang on. Let's see if we can find it. Mr. Beast stopping bullet. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that was a video he uploaded like years and years. Oh, yep. Oh, wow, that's edged poorly. But yeah, that was a video that he taken down.
Have you beaten your Bullaby syndrome yet?
What's Bullaby syndrome? What is Bullaby syndrome? Let's have a look. Bullaby syndrome. Bullaby syndrome is a term referring to an idealization of Sweden which may occur in German-speaking Europe. Okay. Look, man, I haven't mentioned Sweden once this stream. Once. I have not mentioned it. What? That's crazy. Why, when you look up Bullaby syndrome, am I like 8th result? Why? That's messed up. That's so messed up. That can't be real, right? That's an edit. Why am I there? What? Who in the search has bumped this up?
Pyro, the
Crazy.
camera is frozen. Please fix. Thanks.
The camera is not frozen.
With that being said, your hairline is bigger than the Grand Canyon.
You let my hairline out of this. Oh, lol. I didn't even skip your dono, but it got... Okay. Yep. Unlucky.
From one member to another. Adolescents are prone to social contagion because they may be especially susceptible to peer influence in social media. Once you're aware of social contagion as a concept, it's almost impossible to not see it everywhere.
Nah, the dono got... the dono got corrupted, but he was literally spamming the N-word afterwards. So that was like... That was an intervention from the gods.
This to me feels like a prime example of that very thing. People have no reason to use these censorship-based euphemisms, yet they do because they see other people doing it. However, unalive isn't the only TikTok-based word that's spread to YouTube and the wider internet. Enter sewer slide.
Oh, I hate this one.
A much darker and more insolent version of unalive is sewer slide.
I mean, I get it, because, you know, I wish everyone would adopt game end, but if you're talking about something serious, like a family member or something, you know, like losing their life to suicide, you wouldn't want to say game end, because that just turns it into like a bit. But yeah, it's crazy like how TikTok is creating like this 1984 language, right? It's so censored. It's like, in 1984, they removed like really harsh words. Like, you know, nothing is fantastic or amazing. It's good, or it's like plus good, or like double plus good. It's like they censor the language so much that nothing has like emotion. They speak like robots. And that's how I feel like how TikTok works. Like, I get it. Like, you know, someone that's like actually had problems with suicide and they scroll and the algorithm feeds them a video and they get triggered and they freeze up and they have like a panic attack. Like I get that, but it almost creates this generation of people that just say like it's like building a censorship bar into people's brains. It's so hard to explain, but there's something really wrong with that, I think. Thank you, Gamey. And once again, asking you to watch Slippin's video essay on Ouya. Oh, that's right. You asked about that before. Yeah, I got that bookmarked.
And all of its variations.
It isn't 1984. It's not gotten that bad where people IRL say it. Okay, okay. Aren't like 5-year-olds just saying like skibbity toilet and stuff now? I mean, it's, you know, it's, I don't know, man.
The phrase comes from a VR chat.
I mean, look at like...
Can't believe brother's a Swedish fanboy. Did Midsummer teach him nothing?
I watch Midsummer. Midsummer takes place like 20 minutes from where my girlfriend lives.
Clip where Kermit the Frog jumps off a building.
I mean, a good example is... I lost my train. I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought.
Time donating to you, King. Love your long.
Thank you, Ziff, for the 10.
Also, do you think you'll do an ultra kill video?
Ultra kill. I get asked that a lot. I want to wait for the game to be finished.
You don't like superheroes, but there's a good video called "Market Manipulate Comics Swim the Rabbit Hole is Crazy: Racisms and Army Propaganda." The death of the movie star. The Rock being well himself. If you don't have the time, would skip to 22:33.
Thank you, Annan. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, the fuck boot. Wait a minute! Is that actual Skibbity Toilet himself? What in the Skibbity is going on here? That's actually him. 20 gifted subs. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Bro, you could at least gave me like a couple hundred. We know you're already minted and you've got a movie deal coming up with Michael Bay. So, you know. Nah, but that's I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. How's your channel doing, actually? I haven't checked Skibbity Toilet in like a while. Hey, the fuck? How does it feel like... How does it feel that you've influenced a whole generation? I mean, you're actually still pulling numbers. That's insane. I thought Skibbity Toilet died, but that... Wow. Yeah, actually 14 mils. That's like it's
Hi,
still
Pyro.
going.
Can't help but notice you bear a slight resemblance to the hairline hob. Can you please confirm this is where you got your inspiration? 7 quintrigentillion 777 quatuortrigentillion 777 tetratrigentillion 777 duotrigentillion 777.
Thank you, me Sheg, for the 10. Yeah, that's insane though. Those views, damn. Congrats, man. Insane. Skibbity dop dop dop, yes yes. Skibbity dop dop dop, yes yes. Are you still shorts farming? The shorts are being farmed. Damn, that is actually insane.
Apologies if you already discussed this, but thoughts on the recent Mr. Beast controversy?
Thank you, JC, for the 10. Yeah, I've been asked this a lot. I recorded a video on it. I was gonna put it out last night, but I realized I wasn't saying anything different to what Charlie said. Critical. So I just scrapped it. Not even to the point where I was giving my own opinion. I was literally just saying what he was saying verbatim, but because there's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. So yeah, I scrapped it because it was just really unoriginal. That's crazy how Skibbity Toilet is still going. I think he's Russian. I think, and he moved probably like no fuckers. He got out the country. Probably somewhere in Europe. Has that... Do you think he has a whole team? A team of... You wouldn't call them editors, you call them Skibidi. A team of Skibidi helping him make the videos. Unironically, watch Skibbity Toilet. It's good. I do want to do a Skibbity Toilet marathon at some point. I definitely want to do that.
Building proclaiming that he's going to Kermit Sewer Slide. This clip became popular around 2018 and again was very popular among annoying meme kids. But like
annoying meme kids? I just see it being heard like anytime I see like a TikToker covering news.
Kind of died off until its reintroduction on TikTok and YouTube. Now here's the thing.
I just think there's something really bizarre. Like imagine if you're like a really famous person and you die, right? And then people just, and then your family are grieving for you and stuff, right? And then all they see on TikTok is, this guy committed suicide. If you don't know what suicide is, it's the act of unaliving yourself. Thank you, for the 10. I saw a TikTok of a girl crying over her friend who took their own life. And she used the terms like unalive while breaking down. It was crazy to see someone use those terms during something like that. I can't even roast because, like, obviously if you lose a friend to suicide, that's awful. But yeah, someone in chat said earlier that people don't say this stuff IRL, but they definitely do. If you get exposed to enough internet, which is most people, like half the planet is basically just indoors now consuming content all day, every day. Like, why do you think streamers are so big now? Because everyone's just, all the kids are just indoors. But like, I feel that like, this language is just going to seep into like people's brains.
YouTube does actually get very, very touchy when it comes to creators talking about mental health related issues pertaining to the ending of one's life. I personally saw the effect of it in one of the first videos in my current content style, being part 3 of the Gen Z childhood trauma iceberg videos. It was age restricted because I talked about that creepypasta, Squidward's you know what. Despite multiple appeals, YouTube refused to unage restrict the video, and
he's actually scared of saying it. He's been that psyoped by YouTube that he's refusing to say the S word.
Mental health warning is shown before you watch the video. So yeah, it's safe to say that YouTube doesn't want you using this word. But the way these people have gone about it is quite possibly the...
It's weird because saying things like that started as demonetization dodging, and now it's just in the language. Yeah. Yeah. Because like when you see people that use that word, they want to get views. They want to appease the algorithm, and they want to get as many views as they can. That's why every TikTok video now is 1 minute and one. Like I saw this one TikToker who covers news. I think his name's Noah, and I have no hate against the guy. I think he's very talented with what he does, but the way he speaks, it's like you can tell he has to be very careful with what he says. And also because TikTok is now focusing on making videos 1 minute long to get paid. And let's say the story is like, you can wrap it up in 10 seconds. They'll do the thing. I used to do this. I still do this. You know, milking a commentary video out to like 8 to 10 minutes to get those mid-roll ads, that extra ad revenue. But I remember seeing a video of this Noah guy, and it was like, okay, let's say it was Kermit the Frog died, right? Kermit the Frog just unalived himself. That's suicide. Kermit the Frog was a popular character on The Muppet Show. But to be fair, I can't even hate the guy because I do the exact same thing, just with a less deeper voice. You know, it's like, I swear you go on like a Dolan Darkest video and there's like a meme and you'll see something like, Pyro would spend 8 minutes explaining what a dishwasher is.
Most tone-deaf and disrespectful way that they could. I've heard phrases...
I cringe every time I see those subs for suicide because it's kind of trivializing. Yeah, this is what I mean, but like you got to look at it on the other end as well. It's like if you have someone that gets really triggered by those topics and the algorithm is just trying to feed them content over and over, they eventually will stumble on a video like that, you know, and that can be really like triggering for them. It can give them like proper PTSD. They can have like a panic attack, right? But at the same time, it's neutering the language. It's weird, you know, stuff like Riz and that, like that's kind of funny because you can look at it in like an ironic sense, even though that wasn't a thing like 3 years ago. And like Skibbity Toilet as well. But now obviously, like, you know, you have people like saying suicide, unalive, and that's real. Like that's not even game end, which like I took and turned into like an ironic bit. Isn't that I think unalive was the thing before like the I think game end was the thing before the unalive stuff, which is wild.
Is like committing toaster bath, neck roping, and late fetus deletus, and many other...
Late fetus deletus is kind of funny. Do they really say that instead of abortion? Nah, they probably do. They probably do.
Hey Pyro, if you're looking for another story to cover, the same day Chris/Ava Tyson got called out, another YouTuber that goes by Mtlexify got outed by his ex for trying to get with a 13-year-old. There's more to it, but I can't fit in all into Dino.
Thank you, Evan, for the 15. Well, that sucks. I haven't heard about the Lexify stuff at all. I spoke to him, I think, like 8 years ago when I was first starting on YouTube. I edited a video for him like 8 years ago, and he paid me really well. But yeah, I haven't looked into his stuff at all. I feel like with how monolithic Ava's stuff was, that was kind of pushed aside a little bit. Yeah, it's actually month of the allegations. It's insane.
Incredibly cringeworthy ways of dancing around an incredibly dark and real issue used all over the place.
Pyro, you convinced me to buy a gaming P rather than getting a PS5, but now my back hurts from sitting at a desk all day. You're a terrorist.
Thank you, Sneed, for the 10. I mean, it's better being sat at a computer on a desk than lying on your bed. It'd literally be at like a 90-degree angle.
It was all in kind of a joking way.
Suicide is illegal, but I don't understand what they're going to do. Just put a dead body on trial.
But no, many YouTubers discussing real events where actual humans passed away use these phrases in...
I remember there was like an air stewardess, an Irish air stewardess. Let me see if I can find this. Hang on. I don't want to butcher this story. There was an air stewardess that tried to actually game end And she was in an Arab country. Well, I can't spell this word. Yeah, she was in Dubai and she tried to game end, and she's being charged for it because she didn't die, which is insane. Yeah, Irish air hostess free. Oh, she got freed? Oh, that's good. Okay. Okay, that's good. Because I saw air stewardess is trapped in Dubai and facing jail, having been charged with attempted game end. That's insane how you get charged with that. It's like, oh, well, you didn't do a good enough job. All right, we're going to charge you now. Like, imagine the depression you must feel after failing, and then they just hit you with a prison sentence. But yeah, I think they tried to, like, the Irish embassy were, like, begging to let her go. Yeah, there you go. Freed after being charged. Okay. They've been dropped after diplomatic pressure from Dublin and international press attention. Okay, that's good at least. And you want me to pay? No, I'm good. I got the story. Bye-bye.
Play it completely straight, leading to some incredibly...
You aren't dead, rot in jail. Yeah, it's such bizarre logic. It's like, should we get this person help? Nah. I think she was drinking alcohol as well, like, before doing it. And they tried to charge her with that, because obviously, like, you know, Arab country, like, alcohol is, like, haram.
Around an incredibly dark and real issue used all over the place. Now, this wouldn't be a bad thing if it was all in kind of a joking way. But no, many YouTubers discussing real events where actual humans passed away use these phrases and play it completely straight.
Yeah.
Leading to some incredibly tone-deaf and disrespectful content. Like, imagine you lose a loved one to some horrible...
I literally just made this point, so I'm happy that I'm on the same page as this guy.
...event. Say it was by means of somebody else, and then you see some hack on YouTube banking off your...
Like that, there's a video at the minute, right? There's this girl. Hang on, I'm doing a video on this girl pretty soon. Hang on. She's called, hang on, I'll see if I can pull her up. She's called Jellybean. She does, like, mukbang content on TikTok. And she's gained, like, an insane amount of weight recently. And she's getting so much shit for it, it's insane.
This content...
Yeah, all right, here we go. We got
Here's another 10 because I forgot my message. Have you talked about Imalex yet, or is that just too cut and dry to milk? Also listen to the band Infectious Jelking, they sample lol cows and Sosa.
Thank you. You want me to talk about I'm Alex and your name is I'm Alex? Your dono name is Alex. Have I talked about it? I just said unlucky. Every time his name was mentioned, I just said unlucky. Yeah. I think when he got cancelled, I was like, I think I felt very happy initially. You know, like, kind of like someone who I personally don't like is gone. But I think that dissipated very... Okay, I sound like I'm like kind of moral grandstanding here, but that happiness kind of dissipated very quickly. And now I just kind of feel like bad for him. Because he's obviously someone that's just not, like, mentally there at all. You know, to, like, do all that stuff with the ex and stuff like that. Yeah, I just think it was, yeah. It's more just kind of, like, sadness, I think, now. It's not, like, you know... Which I would prefer to feel like that, as opposed to just celebrating every day. You know, kind of being, like, rent-free about it. But yeah, it was initially I was kind of like, oh, unlucky Lamau, but now it's just kind of like, yeah, that guy had problems. But yeah. But I wanted to show you this. Also, you know when I was saying on TikTok they do the 1 minute Andy? This is 1 minute and 7 seconds, so she will be repeating herself a lot to get to that 1 minute mark. But yeah, this is this Jellybean girl. I'm gonna do a video on her at some point. Probably in the next couple of days. Because I think the whole mukbang community on TikTok is just cooked.
This content creator that goes by the name Jellybean Sweets is currently going viral all over social medias, including TikTok, because of the way that she used to look before and compared to how she looks now. It's like when she first...
They always do this, by the way. I've seen like 20 of these videos and they always say the way she looked before. Just say she got fat. Like why are you beating around the bush so much? You know, you'll act like you're not trying to... You'll act like you're trying to not hurt someone's feelings. She got fat. And like... I've seen so many like news reporters on TikTok talk about this, and they always just say how they look before and how they do now. Like, just state the obvious. Like, why do you need to... Again, it's that kind of like censored language. Like, if you feel that uncomfortable about it, just don't talk about it.
First started TikTok.
It might be a coping mechanism. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a second.
She was doing like dancing videos, and then a little over a while ago, she switched over to like mukbang type of videos where you sit down, like show the food that you're eating to share with your viewers. And recently,
stress and sadness eating is so sad. I used to deal with that, and I'm happy I got the help and I was able to stop. The thing is, I don't understand about this jelly bean girl. There are people in the mukbang community that are whales, bro. They look like something I would commission art of. They are whales. And like, they don't get any hate. They get nothing but support. I don't know why the internet is choosing to solely target this girl. Like the mob mentality is insane. I've also seen a lot of people that are saying that she's putting on the weight because it's like feeder content. Like she eats food to arouse people that are like into watching people eat and get like fatter. I'm looking more into that to see if that's an actual thing as well. But it's like, there's so many, it's so weird. Like people that were like already fat, no one had a problem with. But seeing someone that was skinny and then got fat, that's like a big no-no. It's so bizarre.
a lot of people had started noticing a change in her and are commenting really nasty things under her comments about her appearance. Even though there are people that are concerned and saying certain things in her comments, she seems to be very happy doing the content that she's doing. So it shouldn't really matter what her appearance is like, as long as she's happy.
Looking in to see if it's an actual thing. No, I just mean like I'd be combing through the comments to see if there's anyone being like, ooh, pretty lady, you know, like love emoji, because that's definitely someone that's a bit
That's all that matters. And I actually really do like her content. The food that she shows us looks really good.
And the worst thing is, it's that vicious cycle, because so many people are doing TikToks on this girl, calling her out. She's getting more attention now on her account, guaranteed, than she's ever got in her life. So she now feels that she has to keep going. It's the same thing as Joshua Block, who's an alcoholic. If he stops drinking, everyone's going to stop watching him. TikTok loves to watch people crash and burn. I mean, look at this. Yeah, she gets insane views. Like here, she's getting like 1 mil, 300k, 900k. And now it's like guaranteed 2 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil. Like these are insane views. That was, hang on a minute. That was 2 hours. That was 2 hours ago.
We just got some food from my favorite.
That was 2 hours ago. That was 3 hours ago.
We got some Chick-fil-A
burgers. That was 4 hours ago.
Oh, Trisha.
Oh my God. She's doing like 4 mukbangs a day. Jesus Christ. God, it's you know what's funny? Like, you know, you look at those like competitive eaters and stuff, you know, like Beard Meets Food, that British guy that just like eats everything. What he does to not get fat is like he'll do an eating competition like once or twice a week, and then he just won't eat anything, or he'll just live on basically protein shakes to not put the weight on. But yeah, if she keeps going down this route, she will actually balloon. She still looks great. What are people on about? They grabbed pictures of her like 4 years ago, I think, or a couple of years ago. And yeah, they're basically just trying to say like how disgusting she looks.
Oh, Trisha.
I mean, the comments don't seem that negative, but they might have been. 2 mukbangs in the span of an hour. The DoorDash driver is so tired. Blood just ate Chick-fil-A an hour ago. Yeah, I mean, the comments aren't too bad, to be fair. But I've just seen so many videos like calling her out. Hang on, let me see if I can find another one. Yeah, like here's another one. It's like her before the Taco Bell, and then is there... Okay, no, never mind. There wasn't even like a punchline.
Sweets daily caloric intake today. Jelly Bean Sweets posted a mukbang
Surprised
video
Team
today.
Star is still on your ass about the French girl. Bro is holding a grudge after all these years.
So true.
What's Jelly Bean Sweets daily caloric
Is this
intake
AI?
today? Jelly Bean Sweets posted a mukbang video today highlighting
Dude, this is AI. This is not a real person.
alarming daily caloric intake, which has led
Oh my God, you know what's scary? That actually took me a minute to realize that was AI, bro.
to rapid weight gain. In the video, she consumed a large meal from Taco Bell, starting with a signature burrito containing steak and cheesy sauce, amounting to 1,200.
Wow. We're cooked. We're actually cooked.
See how much calories Jelly Bean Sweets is consuming daily.
They're all AI videos!
That caused her rapid weight gain.
That That is literally, by the way, that is an edited image. That's not even real. I can literally see like how that's, look at the necklines. That has been edited to make her look worse. That is, she looks nowhere near as bad as that now.
End result is very concerning. Now, Jelly Bean starts off with a mukbang of canes. She starts off with a 3 chicken finger combo at a 1,020 calories. She also has cane sauce, which a small container is 190 calories. But instead, she has a whole drink cup container full of cane sauce, and even drinks the whole cup.
What was that I just saw? What was...
Which is about 1,000 calories.
Okay, I'm not watching that. I hope I didn't see what I just saw, bro. I hope I didn't see what I just saw. I took my eyes away from the screen for 1 second. Oh my god. Actual poop hair. Right, anyway.
Doing little to no research on the actual case, and saying something like,
Guys, it's crazy. This guy was literally unalived in front of everyone that he knew. Charles Smego is one of the craziest examples of someone who is unalived, and people think that he committed sewer slide, but it turns out that might not be exactly what happened.
Have you heard how people have like TikTok accent as well? Hang on. I saw a very good video talking about TikTok accent, because TikTok accent is like an actual real thing.
The craziest thing about all these kids being quantified.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is the Noah guy I was on about earlier. Like, this guy, again, no hate to him. He is like, out of 10, he is like stage 9 TikTok accent.
I want y'all to know that TikTok accents are real. Like, I talk a certain way in my videos that I don't talk like in real life. Even right now, I'm not using my completely real voice. Because I've done this for so long, I don't think I remember how to talk normally to a camera anymore.
I don't know how to talk normally. I don't know how to talk normally.
It's just something that I noticed today when I was talking. The voice y'all hear is not my real voice. I want y'all to know that TikTok accent... I always notice when I talk without my TikTok accent, everybody in the comments is always so shocked. Like, do y'all really think that I go around talking like this everywhere?
Yes.
I don't do that. I'm sorry to disappoint. The only reason...
He definitely does, by the way. He definitely does.
I even use a TikTok accent is because whenever I talk in this voice, some words are kind of hard to enunciate. For example, I
think that's cap. I think he does the TikTok accent because he speaks slower, and he does it to get the video over 1 minute. Case in point, this video is 1 minute 16.
Just when I talk like this, I tend to run on sentences and they sort of blend together. And then sometimes words are very hard or tricky to say. But when I talk like this, it's pretty easy to enunciate everything. What I'm trying to say is...
IDK Sterling is peak TikTok accent. I mean, he's funny though.
I don't have any problem with words when I speak in this way. And I can just turn off the TikTok accent at any point that I want.
What do you mean he's doing the pyro voice? I don't sound like that. 2016 pyro voice. Okay, probably true.
That's kind of to show you the difference between my real voice and my TikTok voice. But even the voice that you're hearing right now is just my real voice, slightly TikTokified. Because for some reason, whenever I talk to TikTok, I have to speak in a certain cadence. Like, I cut off my sentences when I know I'm about to cut with the camera. But I am so sorry to...
Well, hairline looks great after the transplant.
Thank you, man. The transplant went very well. Bless your soul.
Disappoint you when I don't go around talking like this to everyone.
He definitely does. He definitely does speak like that.
I just have a TikTok accent because it makes it much easier to speak directly to the camera. I don't know if other TikTokers have the same reasoning or if...
One thing I noticed though is like it is better to speak slower, because when you speak slower, it is better to like enunciate words. Because I stumble over my words so much when speaking, it's actually crazy.
Rose hairline looks like a packet of McDonald's fries.
Thank you. Thank you, Goat, for the 10.
I am off to go watch Deadpool and Wolverine. If you're still streaming when I get back, then I will let you know how it was.
Thank you, Bam Banners, for the 10. Tell me how the film goes, bro. I need to know. It might be the first film I've seen in like 3 years.
The craziest thing about all these kids being chronically online is that the internet is literally changing their accents over time. For example, a 2020 study of British children showed that kids were increasingly developing a YouTube accent from watching American-made YouTube videos during the pandemic. So they would actually pronounce words like letter instead of letter, taking on the American
letter. Oh, mummy, I've got a letter to Hogwarts. I'm going to open that letter today.
The influencer accent everyone's been talking about sounds like that because it's designed to manipulate you. You know what I mean. Hey guys, this is my dry erase cleaner and surface restorer. Today we're gonna clean some whiteboards. Nobody actually talks like that.
They talk like they're asking a question, right? That's how they talk. It's like da 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 da. Pingu just unalived himself.
It's a form of code switching that influencers learn how to do in this app because it keeps people watching their videos. All major video-based platform algorithms reward retention when people don't scroll away. And the staccato uptick in your voice when you're talking keeps people watching for 3 main reasons. First,
staccato uptick. Holy buzzword. I'm going to latch onto that one now.
The rising tones make it sound like the video is always unfinished, so people have to keep watching because they can tell that something's coming next. Second, it makes the person seem like they're seeking validation from you all the time, so you as the viewer feel like you're more actively participating in the video, which makes you more engaged with it, and you also just generally feel more comfortable with the informal vibe. Third, it's metalinguistic.
That is so smart, though. That is so smart. 300 IQ plays. PewDiePie used to have a heavy Swedish accent. Did he? He sounded pretty American. Well, no, he didn't sound American, to be fair. You can definitely tell he learned English a little bit later on in life. Thank you, Hum, for the 5. Pyro, why are your videos that you play 2.5 times louder than the mic? Whoops.
Linguistic signaling communicating social information. It's telling people I'm a certain type of person. I'm an influencer. And then that frames your perception of how much you think you're going to enjoy the video. Probably most influencers don't ever actually think about this. We're not actively trying to manipulate you. We just figure out through trial and error what actually works. So we're sort of behaviorally conditioned into saying things that will get more views. And then there's the people who just figure it out through observational learning or trying to copy other influencers, which is exactly how sociolects like this perpetuate themselves. And I think that's really cool.
He spoke at like 2.5 speed. And that wasn't even, like, sped up, that video. Also, I like the bit how he said, like, they learn by watching other people. I just immediately thought of the tweet of Dream, the YouTuber, when he said, I studied Reddit. Holy buzzword central. Right, give me a sec. Ugh. Let me in now, and I'll come back. Let me in now and it'll be nice, or I'll come back not once, not twice, but 3 many times I like.
I've been told I talk like I'm trying to get the words out before I forget what I'm saying, but honestly I'm trying to talk my way into your pants, Pookie.
Thank you, Pyrocynical. The resident degenerate is back.
The year was 2012. A guy by the name of Charles Smego was driving on the inner highway after he went home from work.
I don't understand why these mukbang videos are so popular. Like, watching someone eat just fills me with rage. I don't get it. To be fair, there is a guy that I watched on TikTok and he's called Corey's World. He's like a Welsh guy. Okay, let me show you this guy. Let me show you this guy. This is someone who I watch pretty religiously. I actually enjoy his content a lot. Hang on. This is someone I watch. This guy here. He's called Corey's World. And he's basically just like a fat guy that just shows what he eats in a day. And that's it. And I follow it because when I'll be on like a cut and I can't eat anymore in the day, so I'm just drinking, like, I don't know, like Coke Zero or something, I'll watch this guy, and it's like, that food looks good. I wouldn't eat it, but that food looks good. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It probably doesn't make sense, just mental illness. But he makes pretty good content. I do actually like his videos. I think I was following him when he had like 20k or something. But yeah, it's just one of those, like, when you're on a cut and you can't actually eat any more food. So I kind of understand the appeal of mukbangs, but what he does isn't really a mukbang. He'll just show, like, hidden spots and stuff.
And then, when he was taking a dark turn, his car went over the bridge and he tragically unalived.
No.
How did
So tragic.
no way.
So tragic.
Some people say his unaliving was a complete accident, but others speculate it might have been a sewer slide.
Oh my god. Charles may have
The
died
thing
from
I
a
like
sewer
about
slide.
your content is that you're a certified yapper. You're 10 minutes into a 26-minute video, and you've been on this video for almost an hour.
I like to talk, bro. I like to talk, but thank you for the 10. I appreciate it.
When you look at it further, it turns
My eye cream just seeped into my eye. My eyes really hurt now.
out his phone may have been hacked by the annoying orange app. Charles may have been unalived from an app on his phone that took control of the geolocation and GPS abilities. After the police couldn't find his body, it was ruled as a mystery sewer slide. But people
I like how he's doing a bit, but this is actually how people talk.
really speculate further that it's much more than just that.
To be clear, I'm not all against true crime content. Not at all. I just believe that it should be made in a way that's respectful and honors the victims of these horrific crimes, not as some spooky gooky story time using TikTok baby.
What is happening? Thank you for the 10, Secretary Isabel. Developing a TikTok accent sounds so horrible. I can't imagine having to listen to an accent like that. Must be absolute gibberish and incomprehensible nonsense to listen to. Oh well. Anyway, I love watching your streams. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Isabel. I actually understood what she said more than TikTokers.
Baby words. Here to share the perspective of a true crime YouTuber is my friend Kyle, who you probably know as Dire Trip.
It kind of goes without saying that goofy terms like unalive and self-delete are pretty common within the true crime sphere of YouTube. After all, the certain no-no words that these terms are used to censor are bound to come up time and time again when you're talking about things like this. After all, I can't really blame them. Censorship is both rampant and wildly inconsistent throughout YouTube. Some channels can get away with saying kill while others can't, and that's kind of just the sad truth of it. As your channel grows, you actually get away with saying more things that you couldn't get away with before, which is something that I've experienced on my own channel firsthand. In fact, I remember having to censor out a few words in my early videos that I can just...
It is so inconsistent, though, to be fair. You know, they treat the N-word on YouTube the same as saying the C-word. I've made that example a lot of times, but that's one of the examples that's like most damning. It's crazy. Like, to even put those two, because apparently they're both classified as slurs. The C word. Have a guess what the C word is. You know what it is.
Just easily get away with saying now.
But you say that word. I remember seeing a clip of like one of Ludwig's mates saying it on stream, and Ludwig freaked out because he was like, "No, my money's going."
Most people know that this started out with the adpocalypse, and that definitely hit the true crime community pretty hard in comparison to some others.
Pyro, you okay? We make jokes about your appearance, but your weight is fine. Exercise and better eating habits are enough. You don't need to be so strict with food. No, I'm not eating. I'm just doing intermittent fasting. Like I just don't eat after like 5. That's pretty much it. Like I eat a lot. But I try to keep it in like a smaller window. So then you kind of just burn it all off like while you sleep. I mean, I've started working out pretty hard at the minute. Like I'm trying to do a 5K run a day and then do muscles. I don't know how long that'll last though, honestly, because I did it today. I started doing it today. I did a 5K and then I did chest and I was so burnt out. But you know what was powering me through the chest workout? I was like, okay, I don't have to do the run. The run is already out the way because cardio is hell. Actual hell.
Out there. Some words that were once perfectly okay to say were now suddenly against YouTube's community guidelines with no warning and no...
Take us on your workouts. I was debating on doing a stream in a gym or something. Doing like a backpack thing. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Opportunity to cut them out or censor them. This led to
5K a day. I mean, Colossal does more. Colossal will actually run like 20K. He'll run like a marathon like every weekend. It's insane.
Hey Pyro, my BF really loves Young, Lean and Blady, and
Thank
was
you, Vivek,
wondering
for the
what
10.
is your favorite song from them? Also, I love watching your videos and streams. I hope you always enjoy making content less than 3.
What's my favorite? Blady. My favorite Young Lean song. My favorite song, I don't know, Requiem's pretty good. It always changes. It always changes. I don't know, let's have a look. What we got? You know what? You get some Young Lean and like Blade. You get some Drain Gang sweats. You could play like a second of a song and they know what it is. Immortal. Highway Patrol. Fantasy. Afghanistan. AF1s is alright. Because that's got Echo 2K in it. Anything with Echo 2K is a godsend.
To some YouTubers' entire back catalogs being demonetized and essentially losing
Bro self-donoed so he could play songs. I don't think that happened. I don't think that happened.
out on their entire paycheck completely randomly overnight. It's really no wonder that people became kind of afraid of using these words again. However, the problem is really the execution. There are a lot better ways to get around saying words like kill or die without using these goofy terms that kind of add a little element of humor to the whole thing, if anything.
Okay, what could you say? Please teach us, Lord. End this pandemic of suicide.
Most people find a problem with phrases like unalive, not because they don't understand the censorship, but because they don't agree with the way the censorship is being carried out, and I kind of agree with them. Imagine having your kid take their life only to go on TikTok and hear some dude talking about super slide or chin gun or one of those things. Even if you aren't offended, these words still really take you out of the story by the completely jarring change in tone when using these words. There are a lot of phrases that could be used in plays, like ending one's own life, taking
I don't think you could say that.
alive.
I don't think you could say that. I feel like that would be a thing if the meta wasn't unalive and like suicide. I feel if you said that, the algorithm would like shit itself and be like, oh wait, no swear words, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, thank you Sib for joining, appreciate it. But yeah, I feel that's too close.
Ended it all. Various other phrases that
Ended it all.
don't really take away from it.
I've seen people on TikTok that will talk about like a real life murder in the UK, and they'll say, like, they'll talk about like a knife attack, right, where someone got stabbed and killed, and they'll say something like, this person after the attack went to sleep and never woke up. And I'm not even talking like they were taken to hospital, they were in a coma, and then they died. Like, I'm talking like they died at the scene, like pretty much straight away, and they basically just made it out that he went to bed. It is actual parody.
The story and aren't quite as goofy.
Ending it all is a good one because there's no mention of death or life. I just don't know if the algorithm would allow it, because it's whatever pays at the end of the day. That's what people are going to gravitate to. If TikTok made those changes and then they told people, you can talk about death, just use this list of words, instantly the narrative would change.
Don't even get me started on words like shot being
Built to sky limit and fell. Okay, I like that one. That's my favorite one so far. That's my favorite one so far. What about expire? Ooh, that's a good one, actually. This is so morbid, like, talking about this. He expired. Yeah, that's actually... Jesus, though. You say expired, you sound like you're talking, like, Combine Radio or something. That sounds like that sounds like something the Combine Radio would say from, like, Half-Life. Hang on. Let's say, like, subject expired or something. Let's see if I can find it. I swear that's actually something they say in the game. Do they have one for like death? No, I can't find it. Yeah, no, that's something the Combine would definitely say though. Subject expired.
Spelled as S-H*T. I mean, come on, you know what you're doing with that one. In the end,
he had the forever sleep. He fell out of this world. Okay, stop making me laugh about this stuff, man. Come on.
it does seem
You got pawned.
that some
Do not abbreviate civil protection.
platforms like YouTube, I can't really
Any song, sad face. A song with Echo 2K. I was close to banning you, but I can't be asked.
speak for TikTok or any of the others, have been easing up on this to some extent. After all, you can't really get away with using words like kill or die within the English language.
Buddy missed the stop.
There are a lot of phrases that use
Blown up by a creeper.
these words like killing time, dead batteries, and you can't necessarily just completely demonetize everyone who uses these terms, but they actually were doing.
I do remember, like, before Elon took over Twitter, that there was, like, hang on. There was a sheet that Twitter were using of neutered words. I don't know if I can find this now. Hang on. Ah, here we go. I found it. This is very old, though. Yeah, this is like, keep in mind, this is before Elon took over. But it just shows like how neutered the words were that they're trying to include. So they have I'll move it over here. They have avoid non-inclusive language. Whitelist, allow list, blacklist, deny list, master slave. I don't know when that is ever used in the workplace. Leader, follower, primary replica, grandfathered, legacy status. The master slave blacklist, okay, fair enough. But like grandfathered, legacy, gender pronouns, guys, folks, people, you all. Why? Why do that? Like you can keep pronouns. They want to get rid like gendered pronouns, he, him, his, they, them, their. Like, you are allowed to have they, them. I do not have a problem with that. But why are you getting rid of, like, singular pronouns as well? Man hours is person hours. Sanity check is quick check. Confident. Like, even sanity. Oh, sanity could imply something mental. That's not good. Oh, let's neuter that. Dummy value. Dummy value. Oh, that could imply someone's stupid. That's not good. Sample value. It's actually 1984 stuff. It's insane. And then Elon took over and somehow made it even worse. It's actually crazy.
That for a while. I really think that logic is going to win at some point. But for the time being, we might as well make do by using
restarted value. Okay, if I was CEO of Twitter, guaranteed it would be restarted value.
terms that aren't dumb.
Alright, awesome. Thank you, Con. Great stuff. Now it's sponsor time. Yeah. This video is sponsored by Private Internet.
I'm sorry. I like you, but no.
I mentioned earlier, social contagions are very easy to spread. People are incredibly impressionable, and if they aren't aware of how it all works, are likely being conditioned and programmed by the majority of the content that they consume. I want to be clear that I'm not immune to this myself, and I don't want to act like I'm above these people since I am absolutely not, and I'm a victim of—
I thought, like, my ego is actually through the roof. I thought that was my character there in the corner.
Of media programming myself. It's just something that you need to be very, very aware of and try to unlearn. And it's definitely a journey and a process to do so, something that I've been trying to do myself. A good thing to start is to think, who gave me this opinion? What influenced me to say or think these things? Do I actually believe them? When you do that, you'll be able to realize how much our media influences us. This is not only online media, but movies, TV, music, all of it has profound impacts on humans. Which, again, isn't inherently a bad thing. If the majority of content that we consumed online was positive and, you know, good, then that really wouldn't be an issue. However, it's not. So, you know, that's not good. A good example of this that I've personally noticed is the internet's outlook on Generation Alpha. If you're unfamiliar with the discourse online—
Okay, I really hope he makes the example that the generation is doomed, but also we were kind of cooked before because we had, like, MLG videos. Like, we definitely had our own brain rot.
People started seeing videos of kids freaking out over goofy things like Skibbity Toilet and time on their iPads. These few videos determined the internet's collective conscious on the entirety of humanity born past 2012 or 2010, depending on who you ask.
This is the not funny button. Okay. That's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. He stole that. That's definitely not his bit.
The discourse lacked any nuance, and most creators covering the topic were just parroting the same points that other people were saying. I personally made a video on the topic at the start of 2023, and it's one of my best and most popular. And in that video, I take a more sympathetic and in-depth look at the childhoods and—
I definitely think there's a lot of hatred towards Gen Alpha, mostly because people that aren't Gen Alpha are like in their teens and 20s now, and they kind of miss when they were a kid, because it was just— life was just so much simpler. It's like, what do? You wake up, play video games, eat, go to bed, play video games. But then when your brain develops, that just isn't enough anymore. Like, I could do that, right? Like, I could literally stop doing YouTube, live off the money I've got, and play video games all day. But I would fall into depression so quickly, because it's just not— it's not enough for me anymore.
Struggles that Gen Alpha kids are facing. This video changed a lot of people's minds on the topic, breaking them out of the narrative.
My grandmother sadly called GG Go Next about a decade ago.
My grandmother suddenly called it GG Go Next. Wait, are you saying your nan passed away? And you're saying GG? Okay, I wish I met your grandmother. She sounds based.
Have been built throughout the past few weeks of discourse on the topic. This led to future videos on Gen Alpha taking a more sympathetic look into the issue. Now, is this change in perspective because of my video? There's no way that I can know that. But my point is that the influence that YouTubers, TikTokers, and Instagram people hold impacts the general viewpoint of the wider internet and its users. And when you think about it, they're called influencers for a reason. With things like true crime.
I'm going to start saying Pyro's channel instead of dead. Yep, time out for that one. That is a timeout, I think. 5-minute timeout.
Content. It's so normalized to look at real-life tragedies in an apathetic and sometimes even lighthearted way, using this TikTok baby talk to describe terrible things. But if people didn't start doing it and became successful from it, it wouldn't be a thing in the first place. When you look at the wider array of content on the internet, you'll see that so much of it is kind of recycled from each other. Very few videos are made completely originally, and that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. Most art is inspired by other things. It's very hard to find things that are truly, truly original. So to me, as long as you're making content with quality that has your own style and unique spin to it, then I see very little issue in inspiration. But what I do think is bad is when creators just kind of recycle topics and content style, and especially when those topics and content style are inherently low quality, and it works and it's popular, then there's a problem. If content kidifying...
Is that a joke? They turned it into like an anime? The Hello Kitty murder case.
Tragedies wasn't so successful with the first people doing it, then their legion of copycats wouldn't even be making that kind of content in the first place.
That is parody, right?
Something really strange in the niche are mukbangs and makeup tutorial true crime videos. This sort of trend has been coined the true crime girly genre, and I can't lie,
I keep forgetting that entire part of the internet exists. Like my audience is a sausage fest. I think it's like 9% female. So I keep forgetting that there's that whole side of the internet where women just yap about my nails fell off.
I'm not a fan. A lot of the time, these videos fall into the same pitfalls of being kind of disrespectful and oftentimes get details of the cases wrong. Again, if it weren't about such sensitive, dark, and real subject matters, then there wouldn't really be much of an issue. But where we stand now, it feels weirdly dystopian.
Could not have picked a worse thumbnail. I mean that in the nicest possible way.
When I was 16, I read a book by the name of Night. But where we stand...
The Cleveland Strangler. The Cleveland Strangler. And the thumbnail is round table pizza and you tucking into a chicken wing. I did not even know, because I know channels like Eleanor, right? And she's really sweet. I've met her before. Very talented girl. And she does true crime stuff. But the Cleveland Strangler and just eating a chicken wing.
And now it feels weirdly dystopian. When I was 16, I read a book.
Hey man, anything for that ad rev.
By the name of 1984. A fantastic novel by author George Orwell, which takes you into a dystopian future where an authoritarian government has complete control over its people. I know how this sounds, just bear with me for a bit longer, trust me. The people in this book are under constant surveillance from Big Brother, the propaganda leader of their nation, and cannot speak or even think.
Didn't I just make this comparison at the beginning of the video? I made this, I feel like he's making his points backwards to me. I didn't even pre-watch this.
Against their government. The government forces its people to use Newspeak, a dumbed-down and simplified state-approved version of the English language, with the intention to diminish
holy based
critical thought. Newspeak is something that really, really stood out to me when reading this book, as the concept of the government policing and minimizing its citizens' capability to express themselves is a truly fascinating and, well, terrifying.
It's a really good film, by the way. It is very depressing, but it's got John Hurt in it, and he's a very good actor.
Thing. Throughout all these different euphemisms for death, the thought of Newspeak keeps getting brought up in the back of my mind. Of course, it's a very, very different thing. I'm not trying to say that people saying unalive is literally 1984, but at the same time, the concept of corporations policing discussion of one of life's only
babe, someone unalived themselves via suicide
promises feels wrong to me. The fact that TikTok's extreme shadow banning culture has infested platforms like YouTube and Instagram that don't even punish you.
Baking because suicide is haram. That has to be parody, right? It's like, I've seen so many people trauma dump on TikTok and they get hundreds of thousands of likes as well because apparently it's relatable. And then they just say how they've, you know, they just talk about like, oh, better face the day because suicide is bad. And it's like, how can I take it seriously like, after you said suicide?
For using words like die is insanely weird to me, and it's very, very off-putting. People are basing their vocabulary on the asks of a service owned by...
Also, one thing I love about Ray William Johnson,
off-putting.
He is killing it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts.
People are basing their vocabulary,
and all the stuff he uses is AI art, and like no one's called him out for it. It's so weird. I've never seen a single person call Ray William Johnson out. Because all the slideshows he uses is just completely generative art.
Vocabulary on the asks of a service owned by the Chinese Communist Party, who in itself people claim is the closest thing that we have in our modern world to the governing party.
Holy social credit.
With the CCP's constant monitoring, limiting how many children citizens can have in social credit system. What's wild
social credit, yes,
to me is that these restrictions that TikTok has placed have bled into the real world, completely independent of the internet. Some people just say unalive and sewer slide in real life conversation in a unironic way.
Bro, unalive, 15 players.
And it's really, really weird and off-putting because I don't want my speech and choice of words to be dictated by an algorithm made to addict and outrage, and be earnest and serious with my audience. And in an ideal world, we wouldn't have a bunch of conformists to an algorithm
have you
that
ever
doesn't even
played
govern our platform.
Morrowind? And if so, what did you think about Kirbride's writing and the story?
I played Morrowind when I was like 9. I don't really remember the game that much. I might play it again at some point though.
And listen, I understand why YouTube has mental health warnings. It makes sense, and the intention is in the right place. But limiting discussion on those topics and forcing people to use words that make it less serious
I've been watching for a
seem
while,
like the right play
living
to
in
me.
Iowa, although I'm in the minority because I'm not a furry or into inflation.
Wait, why is Iowa full of furries? Into inflation?
I could be wrong, and I really, really hope I
Thank you for the 10 gravity.
am. But I can't help but feel like this is a bit of a slippery slope. If we all so easily conform to what megacorporations want us to say and how we communicate our information, then what is stopping them on shadow banning discussion on other topics? How much of our language will become roundabout ways to soften real-life things in an attempt to blindside an algorithm? I personally don't think that English evolving and changing with the time is a bad thing in the slightest. Slang being widespread and heavily adapted is something that is actually really interesting to me, and in a lot of cases I think it's a good thing. However, slang historically hasn't been made to appeal to an algorithm. That's where the difference lays. Because like I said earlier, I've witnessed children and teens using unalive in place of dead in real situations. And hell, I use it myself as a joke. But I know, as well as you, the internet lingo bleeds into the real life. When I was a kid,
I would just say game end constantly.
calling each other noobs became a common playground insult. Words like Riz have gotten to the...
Okay, imagine if, like, new gens never took over the internet, right? If you had people talk about, like, people dying on TikTok, they'd be like, this noob got owned. This noob got pawned.
Point where even people pushing 50 know what it means. Internet vernacular
I think he's a bit older than 50.
is essentially real-world vernacular, given how interconnected everything is, which proves to me that we have to be careful which words we decide to use and which words we decide not to use. I want to hear what you think. Let this comment section be a place of discussion. I don't want you to conform to my viewpoint. I want you to take all the information that I've discussed and come to your own conclusion. I also want to be really, really clear that I'm not trying to hate on YouTubers who do say unalive and similar things in their videos, as long as they aren't being disrespectful of the dead. If it's harmless, it's harmless. But my video is more so pointing out that it's indicative of a larger trend.
Dude, that just gave me a scary flashback to the time that I had, like, an avatar that would, like, fold his arms and stuff. It's there in the Petscott video for, like, a frame.
The individual creators are in no way to blame in the slightest. I want to be so clear that I don't think that using the word unalive or any others is the end of the world or anything like that. However, I do think it's indicative of a larger trend in popular culture. To me, it also shows where people are emotionally headed as a society collectively. What I've noticed is that over the past 20 some odd years, there's been a growing collective apathy towards tragedy. And to me, this makes total sense, because if we were to get completely distraught over the horrible things that happen every day, to every week, to every month at this point, we wouldn't be able to function. Now that we have the internet, we're aware of all the awful things happening all across the world, all across the country, and effectively, we don't really have an escape from it. So to me, it seems like the brain has kind of used apathy as a defense mechanism, so we're not constantly distraught and stressed out over everything that's happening. But in effect, it seems like this has led to apathy towards death and murder and all these different things, which...
Okay. I actually like Jennifer, since I think I was the exact same in the past. But then with based 4chan posts. But I don't talk about that anymore.
Thank you, Bug, for the 10. Yeah, I think we might actually have the first YouTube scholar on our hands here. I mean, he's spitting, though, because it is just like you get a constant negative stream of information, like, all the time. I mean, you go on the news, it's just sad. You go on, like, Twitter, it's sad. I mean, how many people have, like, had their favorite creator called out over the past, like, month? And that's probably, like, harrowing for them.
Which really should be still things that you should be respectful when talking about and still feel the weight and gravity of. As I know it can be difficult for a lot of people, especially Gen Z kids growing up in a post 9/11 society where something crazy happens like every other month. It's hard to really be in tune and to be able to fully feel the weight of a tragedy. Again, this is something that I feel many of us can experience. And the thing is too, like I said earlier, I don't blame the individual content creators as long as they're not being disrespectful. And I understand that a lot of the people on TikTok need to say these sort of things, or at least they think that they need to say them, because otherwise they can't talk about these things. And a lot of the time, these are subject matters that should be able to be talked about perfectly openly. But, you know, they aren't. Because ideally, online speech is free, and content shouldn't be shadow banned because of
pretending social media doesn't exist and dismissing anything said the moment someone mentions Twitter is a blessing. Yeah, that's the one good thing about Twitter, is that everyone collectively hates it. You know, imagine if we lived in a world where if you said you hated Twitter, someone would say, oh, you only hate it because like your opinions don't align with like ours. But like everyone hates Twitter. Everyone. Because everyone uses it. You got the right, you got the left, you got everyone in between. Everyone uses it.
Corporation doesn't like what you're talking about or the words that you're using. Now, of course, there are caveats to this. I don't believe that all hate speech and stuff like that should just be able to roam free on the internet, as getting rid of that sort of thing, or at least hiding, is better for the overall populace, as you're not exposing people to hateful ideas that might radicalize them, right? I understand that. But no one's gonna get radicalized, and nothing really is gonna come out of saying that someone died rather than unalived. You know what I mean? Because the line for what is okay and what isn't okay should not be.
I haven't been on Twitter for almost a year. Yeah, I haven't been on it for... I go on it to tweet, and then I just close the app. And I don't tweet that much. I don't want to be one of these, like, YouTuber Andys that tweets, like, every thought and opinion they have. Yeah, I just usually tweet video updates and stuff. I just don't like the app. I'll tweet, and then I'll close it. And my mental health has improved drastically. Drastically? Dramatically? I tried to say drastically and dramatically, and my brain just fried itself.
Be drawn by.
What about commissions? All right, yeah, fair. You got that as well. True.
By an algorithm or by a megacorporation that owns said algorithm. It gives them far too much power, and if we willingly give that power to them, they will go unchecked with it. Corporations do not care about the little guy. They do not care about you and I, the working man and woman. They only care about the bottom line and whatever will bring the most profit and control over the populace. It's terrifying, yeah, absolutely, but it's reality. And the sooner we all realize that, I think the better. I think that wraps it up for this video. And I hope that it starts a larger discussion on the topic. I want to hear your thoughts, like I said earlier. I hope you all enjoyed this video and came away with something new at the very least. And I also want to thank Kyle for coming on here and sharing his perspective and being my true crime girly as well. That was much appreciated. And I also want to thank Private Internet Access for sponsoring this video once again. I've been Ray.
Have you seen The Boys Season 4? That was a really good video, by the way. I definitely recommend checking that guy out. Raymundo. I'm going to drop him a sub. Not on this account. This is my lurker. On my actual account. Have I watched Season 4? Bro, I thought the finale was ass, man. I thought the finale was just absolutely ass. Just awful.